Let's talk about another remedy today and my endeavor to understand newer remedies. Typically, when well-selected remedy fails is a good idea for me to evolve and for us to study further. We are talking today about the remedy which has a mixture of a state of pacifism, peace lovers like magnesium, the sensitivity of staphysagria, the control of and the abuse of carcinosin. We are talking about the remedy Dove or Columbus palumba. Okay. And what brings me to these remedies is when typically indicated, the magnesium, the carcinosin, the staphysagria is failing. This is when we have to think out of box. No, this is when we want to evaluate again, and that's when you find newer ways to evaluate. And let's try to understand this remedy a little bit more. The core experience, and it's a remedy. Dove. It's been kind of provings have been done by Elizabeth schools, but what is the central theme that you will see is a history of a lot of suffering, a lot of abuse, a lot of passive, long suffering. The feeling that the world has been a very harsh, cruel, violent place. There's a feeling of lot of sensitivity, abuse, and the experience and the coping mechanism often is just a withdrawal from this cruelty, which may sound a little bit for us initially in the consultation. You may feel this person who requires a dove is a little retarded. Is this Baraita? Is this someone who is not so developed? But this is actually someone who's very, very sensitive, who's kind of nearly withdrawn. It's a very interesting remedy, this. Dove. So there's a lot of sensitivity, and typical sensitivity is for judgment, how they are judged, how they are perceived. There's a feeling of shame, there's a feeling of guilt. Have I done something wrong? Have I coped up properly? Have I reacted properly? The energy is somewhere like this, where they are kind of peacekeepers. They are people who are very mild, very relaxed, very sensitive, trying to keep everything inside them, so much so that even the person who's abusing them, who's treating them very, very badly, they don't hate them. There is a hidden hate, but more and more they actually are okay with them. There is a feeling of non-hate, more towards love, towards even a person who's treating them in a very, very bad way or abusing them in that way. So this is a very kind of interesting pattern that you will see. There is a simplicity in them, about their choices, about who they are, how they live. And that's where you kind of think more and more towards magnesium. You think more and more towards Baraita. There is a gentleness towards them, and there is a suppression, and that's where there is a suppressed anger, suppressed grief. Interestingly, dove is the only kind of bird that has been mentioned in many religious texts, including the Bible. Interesting, no, that it's symbolically for peace. It's very interesting here. The theme more and more in this remedies of people who require this remedy is that of service. I'm here to do service. I'm here to do good for people. I'm here to do good service for the community. Even if the community is treating me badly, even if they are treating me very, very badly, even if the world is very cruel, very harsh, it's duplicit, but I want to be a kind of a martyr. I want to sacrifice myself. This is a very deep feeling. It's interesting. There is an interesting story that in the World War II, a bird was awarded a Purple Heart, and this particular dove was shot by a bullet, and even with half injured, it kept on doing its duty. They are very, very duty bound, very, very service bound, almost wanting to be a martyr. Many interesting rubrics. You will see delusion wrong he has done, delusion neglected his duty, delusion abuse long term. Very, very sensitive in that way. So it's a remedy which could be very important for many autoimmune disorders, many renal autoimmune disorders as well, and could be a remedy in future for many other patterns as well. So this, I wanted to just share this a little bit with you. Of course, many of the remedies I'm talking to you, you will get it in Helios Pharmacy, London, and that's the idea. I'm happy to listen to you and happy to listen to your experiences about these remedies. Do write to me, gaurang@gmail.com. And also, I want to invite you to our new course, which is starting very soon, Homeopathy in Autoimmune Disorders and Musculoskeletal Disorders, and where we'll be talking about different approaches in treating these cases. It's a 30-hour course with 20 sessions with homeopaths across the world, and you get a special 30% discount if you can write to us sooner. You get a 2-year access to watch it the way, whenever you want, in your pace. So look forward to see you. Thank you and namaste. Very soon with the online course starting from December, where me along with my colleagues across the world, including my teachers, Dr. Sarkar, Dr. Gaurang, Dr. Borkar, other colleagues in UK, in Croatia, will be joining to teach a 30-hour online course only on weekends with 25 lectures, with an access for 2 years for you to watch the videos again and again. We have the last few seats. I want all of you to be a part of this, and I want to study with all of you together. So you have all the details, gaurang@gmail.com, and all the contact numbers. I look forward to have you.